Yeah, I need to have some music on here in the background, so I need to in my ears and not out there. So yes. Hope the audio is okay here. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can maybe lower it a little like that. I will wait a little, and of course, as always, I need to tell this. Go around on different sites and tell that this is live now. I will start in my main stream. So let's do that. And I need to go to this Facebook, which I will talk about also. I will talk about Facebook. But now I go there and I click there, click, and go down to this. And there we go. And no, I don't think many has seen it, but now I have posted that it is live. It's live, I'll say. And I said, yes. And yes. I will start with talking a little bit. Maybe I hope the audio is okay. Don't know if we have anyone watching yet. But if someone is watching, please let me know if the audio is okay there. I need to check. So I can maybe I can hear it myself. I think it's okay. So yep. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to first of all, yes, I know. I said I were not going to have any more of this sessions, but this is I want to talk about going on now. And yes, I want to get it off my chest and share my thoughts about it, because I think more people should be concerned about this than many are, especially those that comes from overseas in North America should maybe be really concerned, in my opinion. But we come more to that later on. I will start with some happy news that we are going. If all now goes as it should, we will have one more camera joining the site. That's SpiedLife. I think they were calling themselves SpiedLife TV on SpiedLife, but I decided we skip that TV. It's in my power. But yes, she will join. Juliet will join. I have added her as editor for the site, same as Molina. And I asked Molina also to guide her to set up so she can start streaming. We will see if they fix that or if I need to help out also, but we will see. I thought it was easier because they can speak the same language and all that, and and also they have the same time. They're living in the same time zone and all that. So I thought it were better if they could try to solve it. Else I will, of course, be to assist them as well. But we will hopefully see a new cam now and then. I don't know how much she has the opportunity to stream. It's up to her also to stream when she wants to and so on. Exactly as it is for me or for Melinda and everyone else that would join. It is not like it's not like it was on SpiedLife that we needed to be online 24/7. Here people can be when they want to. But that's about that. And also I can and don't be afraid to give say something in the chat so I know that you are watching and so on. That would be I do appreciate the interaction, at least knowing that people is here and caring to that much so they can say something in the chat and so on. Yes, that's about that new cam soon, hopefully. And that also hopefully will help out to get it further to these 4,000 view hours, because the more we are, the more views. Hopefully, this is my brain thinking that that would be more to look at, and that also means more people would look, and that maybe at the end we grow a little more and can reach that threshold of 4,000 view hours, and then we maybe earn a penny or two, because it's not more than a few cents, but still, and it's a goal. It's nice to have goals. I may sound focused on like, oh, we need to get forth, but that it's fun for me to see things grows, and what you put effort in the things. Then it's nice to get something back, like you set up goal. Now I reached that, and so on, and then you can. So that's fun for me. It keeps me motivated. That's also why I like when I see people do chat and talk in the chat. That keeps me motivated. If I don't ever have any response or whatsoever, then I lose this motivation and say, why am I doing this? No one really cares anyway. Why should I put effort in this? And so I need those small goals. But that was not what I were going to talk about. I were going to talk about things that you probably know, or if you don't know, you're going to know now. And I will say I'm no expert. I have not followed it 100% and watched everything and so on. But to be honest, I've seen enough. To be honest, almost because it makes me feel bad. It makes me, yeah. All this story overall makes me feel really bad, and I'm, to be honest, it almost confirms my thoughts about the United States of America, USA, in some points. We here in Europe, many of us at least, I can't speak for all, but I know that many have our opinion on USA and so on, and it may be not flattering all the time for, and of course some things are, we see it wrongly and we don't know enough about it and so on, and we're looking at through it, yeah, a little bit like that. We can't see everything, but this starts to, that's what's happening now with TikTok. Is, yeah, it's almost confirming lots of things I have thought before. And I know this also is because I've seen lots and lots. It's huge now on TikTok and over the net now, also from Americans that are almost feeling ashamed, or not almost, some are ashamed what's happening now. They are ashamed to be American in this case. The thing is, if for you, I would try to keep it short, update for you that doesn't know what's going on. TikTok is going to be banned. I can't say that, but they want to ban TikTok in USA. Why? Because they say it spies on the people and it's unsafe for the children. So it has been now a hearing with the COE of TikTok, who lives in the United States, by the way, and it has been a hearing with the Senate, all the senators and so on and that it has been so painful to see that. I've seen lots of clips and so on, and it's been, no, I can't watch the whole clip. I need to go. It's that so painful has it been sometimes. When the feeling when you are starting to feel embarrassed and ashamed for the person you see talking or whatever they do. That kind of feeling has I got in every time I've seen it. They want to ban TikTok because, first of all, and this is something that is raising now. It's been rising maybe is the correct word. Now lately, it's this super fear for China all of the sudden. Yes, they may always had some, and sometimes by the it's correct. Sometimes they don't have this same system as we, and it is lots of things that should be criticized and so on. But the last, I would say 3-4 years, it's like it has been a boom. Everything is dangerous that is related to China. It's like a super fear. It's like on the 40s and 50s when Russia and communist, when everything, if you mention Russia, you would be like almost hanged, or I'm over-exaggerating, but now that has switched over. Now that is China. And yes, at the same time that many of these huge companies in USA having huge business with China. So wait a second, how can you and like see Tesla is building in factories, and they have lots of Facebook had paid lots of money to, and we will get back to Facebook or Meta and all that, but they have lots of deals with and paid lots of things to have lots of deals with China and so on. At the same time, everyone fears China, especially the politicians shouts about that. It started with Huawei. They are not allowed to have, after a certain, the phones can't use Google stores and Google apps because they are spying on us. But nothing has ever been proved. And now when we're talking about spying, it was like everything. It was because they don't only do phones. We may see most phones and maybe those small routers for 4G and so on, but they do industrial things also. And what happened? They got banned. But wait a second, we can still buy it. Customers can buy a router. It's the big deals. It's the bigger deals that it has lots of money, like the industrial standard routers and so on, used outside for 4G and 5G and all that for phones, and that were banned. But you as a customer, you can go and you can buy the phones, you can buy the routers and all that. So that doesn't seem being a problem for us. Oh, they don't spy on you, it's just spying on us. So, and they have never been any proof. But the thing is, the same thing is happening now with TikTok, or they are trying to do that. The reason behind this is when you start looking at it, you take a step away and look at from it from a little distance and start to check around how did this ended up here in and all that Senate, and or how you pronounce it, and all these senators and so on. Well, then it start to look dirty, really dirty, to be honest, because the reason they are doing this is because of Meta and Facebook has put millions and millions and millions into smear campaigns and lobby against TikTok, calling it that it is a hazard for the children. They claimed that they have done big campaigns in TV and so on, and ads, and also of course lobbied to the politicians that it's dangerous, and they said two things: it's unsafe for the children, children are dying. But when they look because of this trend, they do these trends and they die. But when you start looking even further, you see that many of those trends has started on Facebook, but they say and then move on to TikTok, because TikTok is the biggest platform around now. 150 million Americans only uses it, and that is like lots of companies using it, the merchant to try to reach out and so on. It's billions. I think I heard like between 5 and 8 billion people around the world using this app. So now, okay, wait a second. This is a huge market. Who is losing from this market? Who is doing these campaigns, paying millions and millions and millions to make them a threat to the politicians and make smear campaigns? Yeah, it shows that, okay, Facebook is doing this. Meta is doing this. Meta is the owner of Instagram and Facebook. And I think they even own WhatsApp and so on now. And they're losing potential customers. They are losing quite much. And they have sacked lots of people. They are not going so well for them. So this is a threat. So instead of making things better, they try to get rid of the threat by using politicians and ban them, or ban them or sell it. So wait a second, it's okay if you sell it to some in America. Trying to force them to sell this, and we can see here that how this works. And here we come to, this is going to be lots of talking and lots of, you need to try to follow, if you're interested, follow my thoughts here. Now they have done this lobby, and now it is in the had been a hearing, and here I get afraid. I get afraid for the American people. Yes, Sweden and other countries, we have stupid politicians and so on, and not everyone is like genius and so on. But when it comes to this is so, at the same time, it's kind of fascinating to see here. First of all, in my opinion, they have been bought. They have risen this because they got lots of money. They have been lobbied. This has been lifted. Someone had bought this case to make them do this. That's the simple fact. If you can call it whatever, but if you scale it down, someone has paid a lot of money to get them to do this, and that means that they have been bought to do this. And that shows quite much, because no one really that had been asking lots of questions has no idea of what they are fucking talking about. Here they sit and having this hearing and ask questions like, are TikTok using, by the way, they can't even pronounce the name correctly, some of them. They don't know the name. They have no idea. They have never even started the app, some of them. They don't know what they're talking about. Asking so basic, fundamental, basic question like, do TikTok access my home Wi-Fi? They're just showing, they don't even know how a basic fucking phone works. How a phone works with internet and Wi-Fi. Do it, yeah, and this he tries to answer so he's calm, he's answer and try to explain, but they don't let him explain. Oh, I find that hard to believe. That's a really, if you say no, there is not like that. Oh, but I find that hard to believe. You should maybe believe that because he's telling you, but they don't let him answer. It's a yes or no question. There is not a yes or no question. Please answer yes or no. You can't do that. You need to, like that. They don't know a fucking thing what they're talking about. And that is the people that runs the country. And they have been pushed by these lobbyists to do this. They have no idea and so on what they are talking about. They don't even know that this company is not in China mainland. It's in Singapore. They don't even know what Singapore is. They have two offices. One is in USA. And one is in, and he has explained everything. They have more security than fucking Facebook. There seems to be, if they are so worried about, let me take another example. One of them asks, do you keep eye tracking? And he answered, yes. We don't record or save any information about the body and so on, or recognition. The only thing we do is, for example, and that is stored on the device and deleted after the session. If someone sends you sunglasses as a gift, the app looks at your face to decide where your eyes are, so it can put that over your eyes. And where is the top of your head if you want ears and so on. And that is stored on the device and deleted. We don't gather any information. And they start like, Oh, but I find that hard to believe. But he tells you how it works. And started to, do it look if my eyes are dilated? What the fuck has that to do with anything? The same fucking people that every single day use this phone, iPhone, face recognition, to unlock their phone. That is saved and stored. All information on this phone I can receive from Apple if I lost it and put it on a new phone. Same on Android. Google stores every fucking thing you do on a computer nowadays. Microsoft, the same. You get the personalized ad because they have every single click you do on the computer is stored and sent to them. Even the Android phones, even if you turn everything off, like now you can track me, I don't use the GPS, I turn everything on. The day you turn them on, it has stored everything and sends it to the servers. So that means, okay, a photo, you're not being tracked now, but it turn it on after a year. It will send all the things you have done, where you have been, what you have visited, where you have been eating, what stores you have been to, and all that. It sends to the servers. Facebook stores everything you do, or is it secure? I got hacked. I got hacked on Facebook. Did they help me? No, they didn't. They shut me off. I lost every information I had on that. I lost my company. And Facebook has... now this is the second time they do this lobbies, because they did the same thing against Google when they started to be a threat. Didn't go so well for them that time. They used lobbyists and so on. So this is the second time they push lots of money into to try to get rid of a concurrent that is eating up their customer base. Because there is no lie, TikTok is having a super good algorithm, and they don't know these people that now it's going to judge this. They have no fucking idea what algorithms are, how it works, and they don't understand that this is nothing unusual. Everything that TikTok uses is done by others, but they don't share it. They don't share it with others. It's within this app. They personalize your ads and so on. You should just know what Google, because I were on a meeting from one that had been inside, when I worked in South Sweden, there was one, he had wrote a book. He were inside Google for 2 years, and you should know what they want to do. The purpose may be good sometimes, I'm not saying, but oh my God, they wanted to store everything. They wanted to have your medical, every fucking data, because they wanted to help you, make life easier for you. And that may be so, but that seems to be no problem. Why? Because that is not a Chinese company. But they do business with China. Facebook has sold and had used information and given Chinese companies huge amount of data. That is no one talking about. That no ban for Facebook. No, the only reason for this is that it's easy to create fear. It's easy to create something fear to people that not knowing anything and have a view of some country. They don't know anything. These senators don't have a clue how China works, how their how it is. They just go with like what they heard. China is bad. China is bad, and China, China, China. It's the same as they were as the Russia. But then everything worked out with Russia, because then they started to get friendly with Yeltsin and all that. The people, what they all called, I don't remember all of them. And then that disappeared. Now it's the China that is the big, dangerous one. And I don't say it. Some of it may be true. I don't say that. I don't want you guys to think I ignore every risk and so on. But it's starting to be a witch hunt. And this witch hunt is started by Facebook, by someone that want these customers. And they just, okay, we take it, they lobby this, and we do this. And they don't read up, they don't check, they don't try to understand. They just sit there, don't let this person talk, explain, or whatever, and they don't know how a basic fucking phone and apps works, and they are going to decide. And this is people that decide things in United States. And why do I bother, you may think? It's not, it's their problem. No, it's not, because what do we, the rest of the fucking world, do when America do? It has already started in UK. It's been banned on devices that is belonging to the governments and so on, because they heard this. Oh, they spy. No one has put any evidence in whatsoever. No one has ever shown us this is what they do. Look at that. This is what the program do. Breaking down the program and say, yeah, it sends to this server, and that is located at the headquarters of China, Communist Party, blah, blah, blah. No evidence. This is just someone started this rumor. Yes, it is a rumor because no one has proven it. Same as this Hawaii. No one has really proved it. They just say, we are suspecting they do that. And some say, oh, we've seen this and that, but they can't prove that it is really spying or whatever. But everyone followed you say it were banned in many countries. I think even in Sweden they can't buy those big routers and transmitters. Who gained from that? Other companies, of course. Swedish company Ericsson. Wow, they boomed because they did lots of they do lots of this equipment. But how come you and me can go and buy this equipment that is made for home? That's no risk. Then they'll say, no, that's not a risk. That just show that they are not interested in the small markets. That's not a threat. They want to ban things on higher level where the big money. They don't want the money to go to China. We want this money, and it's easier to ban something than making a product that can compete with it and compete with the prices and all that. No, they choose easier way to work with fear, put fear and smear campaigns and make it ban. And why does it concern me? Because the rest of the world will because it happened so many times before. Oh, they did this in the USA. Oh, then we do it also. Oh, but have you checked? Have you tried? No, you just have done this. But no one has really checked and can prove anything. So they just do that. And because they also see, okay, but if we do that also, maybe our company here can gain. It's a political game going on. And that is started by this Meta and Facebook that has started this because they are getting eaten up. Their cake is being taken away from them. So instead of making good things improve, they just want to crush their enemies. And I also concerned because sadly, we may not like it, or either if you like it or not. The world is what's happening in the Muslim America influence what's happening and going on in other countries more than we may think. So here we have people running. You would say this is the Republicans that have the Senate, all the senators, and they don't know the basic things. They have been bought to lift this. Someone has pushed money into oh, look at this, it's dangerous, and now they're sitting and they are going to judge this when they don't know a fucking basic thing, how even a mobile phone works with the Wi-Fi. If they can't even know that, and if they don't even know how to pronounce the name of the app, TikTok and all that, they don't even know the name. And they should then be able to make a good decision. And that makes me wonder, how do they really run the country? And they focus on this, but they don't talk about other. If they're really concerned about the security and all that, why is they not talking about Facebook, Google, and so on? Facebook has lots of data. We have a huge server hall here in Sweden for Facebook. That data, I can almost guarantee that lots of data from American citizens outside America here are stored on other, maybe not in Sweden, but in other countries. Facebook has even given away lots of data to China and so on, as I mentioned earlier. So why does they just want this? Because it's from China and they have been paid to lift this by Meta. That's the simple story, to be honest. And we should be more concerned about this, because it shows that these politicians that has quite much power, not only on their own country, but the decisions also affects other countries as well in the long run. They can be bought by, if you have enough money, you can get them to do things. And now comes another thing. There has been lots of people now checking out, because that's public information. Almost everyone in the Senate or Senate, I don't know how it's pronounced. Almost everyone, guess what? Just a few weeks, some early as 2 weeks now, or some a few months ago and so on, have bought stocks. Lots of stocks in, guess what? Meta. And Meta, as you know, is now, that's Facebook and Instagram and all that. They bought stocks in that company. Just like in a 1 or 2 months, or in last 2 weeks, the horizon, all of them have bought, almost all of them. And in Google, so they bought shares in the same company that has lobbied this. And why? Because now they know we can make money out of this. And doesn't that would not be allowed in Sweden? They was like, no, you can't decide in this. You know, I don't know what the word for it is, but you're too close to this. You can't decide. You're not allowed to touch this. Someone that has no chair and has no connection, whatever, with either this and that, They are the one. But that seems to be no problem in the USA. There you can buy stocks for millions. Yeah, it was a huge number. They bought, I think someone had bought for $4 million stocks in Meta in the last 2 weeks. Why? The same person then will go and judge if their concurrent is going to be banned or not. So I decide if I'm going to win. If I'm going to earn lots of money, because of course if TikTok will be banned, the stocks on Google and Facebook will rise on Meta. It will rise. And that they know that. So sitting there, not knowing anything, don't fucking care about reading up and try to understand how a simple phone works and so on, and try to say, oh, you're using face recognition, and then they take up their iPhones that used to say use face recognition, and the same political put out in the public cameras with face recognition because many areas in USA has that, so they can identify if someone makes a crime. Same persons have that, but they are so. I hope you understand what I'm talking about and what I mean, because this kind of stinks. And then they go and sit and going to judge about something they don't have a fucking clue about, and if they ban them, they will earn millions because they just bought stocks in Meta, and this TikTok is the biggest threat against Meta, and Meta or Facebook is the ones that have started it all to get rid of those. Doesn't that stink? It stinks in my eyes, and we are wondering, why do people starting to mistrust politicals? And if Facebook can do this, what can someone do with even worse things? Life will go on now without TikTok, but if this system can be used to influence politicians in the United States, that is also in the long run going to inflict on other countries. And I don't know why it has switched now and started to be so fucking much about China. All of the sudden, China. And the same time, they do lots of business with China, lots and lots of business, billions, and lots of companies and so on. One of the biggest companies in the US also are from China, so that's okay. But when it comes to this, it isn't. I would not, but I will use this word. And remember, I don't say China is everything is good and everything is fine. It's not like that, but it's starting to look like a witch hunt, the same type of witch hunt it was against the communists at the 1450s. And so this is starting, and that is in a situation we have a war here. Yeah, in the United States they don't care. They say they care and send, but they just want people to go join NATO. And of course, I don't blame Sweden or applying and so on. But the real ones that are taking all the shit is Europe, because we have this war going on, Ukrainian and Russian, and China has been standing outside. They have always said, we are not going to support either this or that. We want this to have a peaceful solution. That is what they have said all the time. But what's happening now is that they're starting to have discussion with Russia. And I can understand that, because USA has now started to point fingers. Oh, don't do that, don't do that. They are now trying to say what China can do and not do. It's up to China. No, USA would never accept the politics in USA would never accept that any other country tells them what to do, how to run their country, which side they should take, what to do. But they are doing that now quite much against China. And China is starting to get a little pissed off now. And now this witch hunt with all the companies that comes from China, but this is from Singapore. It's not even in China mainland. TikTok doesn't even exist in China mainland. Chinese doesn't use it. Singapore and all that area around that, Taiwan and also so on, they use it, but in the mainland, no one uses it. It doesn't even exist there. Why? Because it's free speech. It's free speech. This is the most free speech that I have seen, to be honest, on a platform. On Facebook, I can get scammers in my ads. I reported scammers, so much scammers. They don't check anything. They don't do anything. I don't get, and I haven't seen any bad ad in TikTok. Well, I don't say TikTok is, there is maybe some dirt under some walls. There is, or under the table or whatever, as it in most huge companies. But this, I see this in so many ways that this is a threat. Not only for just this app, but when you can buy the politicals like this in the United States, you just push enough money, smear campaigns and do all that, and they don't know a shit about what they're talking about. They don't even know how the fucking Wi-Fi works on a phone and apps. And they are going to decide things like this. And they have bought lots of shares in the same company that had pushed this, lobbied this. They buy shares just a few weeks before they start this trial, or this hearing. It's not a trial, but a hearing. Then it's something fishy. And that is what political focus on. They have bankruptcy, the banks collapsing, the world economic is going down, they have people losing their homes, their jobs, and so on. But this is what they want to focus on because they have been paid for it. Is that really good politics? And sadly, it will affect us because most countries dance after what they do. So if they will ban TikTok in USA, just wait a few, maybe a year and so, it will start to get banned in other countries as well. Because, well, they did it without any proof or of anything. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's already had started in UK. So, yeah, that will round up this. And hi there, XD. Well, I hope I pronounce it correctly there. That was what I had this little session here. Thank you all for tuning in. I can use that word. And take care, stay safe, and have fun.